The Project Japan.
A so-called super-aging society has arrived. Currently, 1 in 4 people in Japan is 65 years old and above, and classified as elderly. Equally as striking is the severe shortage of workers in the nursing care field, which is entrusted with looking after the aged. There's one enterprise that's working to address this severe situation. Taking care of elderly Japanese with smiles on their faces are non-Japanese staff members.
For people to live out their life happy is a wish all of us have in common. We want to draw on the various knowledge of people from around the world and also continuously provide the know-how we've cultivated in Japan to care for the elderly until the end and have them live out their lives happy. We want to build a system that allows the elderly to live their lives in that way.
This time, we go inside a social welfare company in Kanagawa Prefecture that was among the first to hire overseas workers. It hopes to eventually take the techniques it developed overseas and build a nursing care business that can achieve sustainable growth. This is Social Welfare Corporation伸こう福祉会of Kanagawa Prefecture. They offer various types of nursing care services in the Kanagawa area, from special elderly nursing homes and group homes to daycare and short stays. Providing dedicated support on the ground are the 1,000 or so nursing care staff members. About 5%, or 50 of them, are from foreign countries and hold residence qualifications.
Our hiring of foreign workers dates all the way back to around when the company was established in the early 1980s. Many boat people, refugees from Vietnam, were living in Yokohama, and quite a few of them had formed communities at churches. And because our founder was also Christian, the churches asked us whether we would hire those boat people as staff members. We started cooperating with them, and that's what led to the hiring of foreign workers.
With its graying and shrinking population, Japan is facing an ever-growing shortage of workers. In a bid to attract human resources from overseas, the government implemented an amended immigration control law this April. The company's moves decades earlier put it ahead of the times. Martinez Alvarez de Leo Moises hails from Venezuela. In 1989, he visited Japan for the first time as a newlywed. He later became an engineer at a telephone company, and in 2011 began working at伸こう福祉会. It's been a full 7 years since he took on the job of nursing care. He says that in the beginning he wasn't able to speak much Japanese, but now he's able to use both Japanese and English to speak with the elderly residents and even make them laugh.
Amazing, amazing, really. 私86。嘘や。本当85。ああ、神様ありがとう。もう元気よ。
Japan is now the world's fastest aging country, with the nursing care field facing a severe shortage of workers. But at the same time, the quality of nursing care in Japan is said to be extremely high.
If I have the chance, this kind of experience that I have here in Japan, I would like to bring it back to my country. Of course, in my country we have this kind of institution, but it's a private institution and religious institution. Some of them are government institutions, but private institutions, not. Probably this is going to be a good chance to create this kind of environment for all people. Our population is very young. In my country, the population is in between 25 and 45. The population is, but Lately, probably this kind of job will be necessary. Not only in my country, but all the South America, there are people who need this kind of care. And having this experience in here, probably we can establish the link between Japan and my country and help each other and try to do what I learned here to apply in my country. Will be nice, will be really nice.
Japan isn't an exception. Countries around the world are expected to face a similar graying and shrinking of their populations.
Okay.
In response to this situation, Shinko Fukushikai has launched a social welfare consulting business to promote its know-how in Japanese-style nursing care around the world.
Compared with other countries, Japan has nursing care know-how and methodologies that have been cultivated based on its own unique long-term care insurance system. We want to properly package and convey that to people overseas. In doing so, we want to actually go to local areas and communicate face-to-face with local workers while instructing them. We also want them to come here and not just watch, but actually carry out and experience the work. We want to prioritize those aspects in developing our overseas consulting business.
At the same time that it's among the earliest in the industry to turn its sights overseas, the company's also pursuing innovative initiatives in its core nursing care business, such as introducing advanced equipment and devices. This is the latest nursing care mobility equipment. Users operate the levers by themselves to move. They say that as the height can be adjusted, the eye level of users is raised, alleviating the stress they often feel of sitting in a wheelchair and interacting from a lower point of view.
Since they can move about by themselves, people who usually need assistance to move can feel a sense of freedom. I think that lowers their stress level. And being able to have a conversation at the same eye level with people who are standing creates a situation in which they can have a relationship with others on an equal footing, regardless of disabilities.
They say quite a few areas still need to be improved until it can be put into practical use. But they believe initiatives such as this to introduce the latest equipment will enhance the quality of nursing care on the ground.
Regardless of the issues, I believe machines will undoubtedly change the future of nursing care for the better, for both caregivers and those receiving care. By putting machines to work, caregivers can do only what people can do. And for those receiving care, by using machines, they may no longer need to rely on others in every aspect of their lives. They can take the initiative and do what they want to. I believe we can realize that, and in that sense, machines and AI are absolutely necessary. I'm certain they will make the lives of the elderly better.
Kamakura City, Kanagawa Prefecture. On this day, staff members working at Shinko Fukushikai take the stage of the biggest auditorium in the city. Started in 2012, this event, which also includes local residents, is aimed at getting the public to know more about what happens on the ground in the nursing care field. This time, they've produced a full-scale musical depicting the life of a fictional high school student and her family as they care for her sick grandmother until her passing. That mobility device of the near future also makes a cameo.
アルコさん、ロデムがトイレに連れてってくれますよ。いらっしゃい。
Offstage and behind the scenes, Mr. Moises from Venezuela is also hard at work welcoming the audience members. They say communication is enhanced when everyone, from the crew and the performers to the Japanese and foreign staff members, take the same stage. Their ultimate goal is to further improve their techniques and connect countries around the world through nursing care.
In our relationship with our foreign staff members, there is absolutely no top or bottom. We accept foreign staff members in the same way as Japanese staff members. We consider them to be our supporters who will help promote our nursing care techniques from Japan across the world. That's why when they work together with us in Japan, we believe it's essential to build a system that allows them to feel happy and secure doing their jobs. Issues related to taxes and workers' compensation are quite difficult for foreign staff members to understand. So we try to provide detailed explanations as much as possible and create a workplace that's easy to work in.
How should Japan deal with a worker shortage that's seen to only intensify in the future? Shinko Fukushikai's initiatives of seeking workers from overseas, while proactively promoting the Japanese-style nursing care model that's been cultivated over the decades, may offer a vital clue in carving a path to the future.